So in this video, we are off the top of boxing and on the topic of real life. We're going to talk about if misery loves company, and if so, why, when we get back.
Welcome to Real Life Boxing!
Blessed love and blessed day, boxing world, boxing nation, fighting world, fighting nation. To my loyal subscriber base, I do not want you guys to be alarmed. It's Coach Fire and this is Real Life Boxing. I told you guys we have some new channel ideas coming. So this video is actually going to be the type of videos that you will see featured on one of the new channels that I have coming up, and it's going to be called Real Life Questions and Answers. So if you guys are interested in that type of material, speaking to my subscribers, you guys write it in the comment section. If you're not subscribed, make sure you do subscribe. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified when new content is being uploaded, and you can be notified when we are going live. I'm gonna do this one a little bit different. I'm gonna sit back and let's talk about it. Why we choose partners whose moods match our own. The emotional tone of relationships is set at the starting gate. Does misery love company, or does misery make company equally miserable? Psychologists have long pondered whether couples and close friends are depressed in tandem because of one person's mood poisons the well, or because people gravitate towards significant others with the same traits. In the first longitudinal comparison of mood in romantic partners and roommates, Chris Segren, a professor of psychology and communications at the University of Arizona, found that emotional tone is set at the starting gate. He surveyed 153 dating couples, 170 pairs of roommates for 3 months. He concluded that women's emotional states, positive or negative, were unrelated to changes in their boyfriend's moods and vice versa. Moreover, couples that had been dating longer were no more likely to mirror each other's emotional states than were newly minted partners. I was surprised by how similar the partners' moods remained over time. I thought there'd be much more fluctuation. There was evidence of short-lived emotional contagion. Severely depressed subjects were more likely to have a roommate whose mood declined over a 6-week period than were less depressed subjects. But subjects cheered up noticeably when they spent time away from their miserable roommates. Emotional contagion doesn't last for weeks. It is more fleeting and transient, says Segren, who thinks people believe otherwise because the idea that you catch emotions like you catch the flu is seductively simple. While this study focused on depressed mood, Segren's results were the same for people with sunny dispositions. Couples were as matched on positive effect as on negative effect. Happy people seek out happy people, and those who are down seek out the same. Let's do another reading. Very interesting. The psychology behind misery and why it loves company. As the weather turns colder, I've been noticing people are getting a hell of a lot grumpier. More car horns, more fights, more nitpicking. I came across this great article about psychology behind misery and thought I would share. Misery loves company, and it's really no big surprise whether, while happier people can sometimes help balance this out, a miserable person is a force to be reckoned with, and one that if unwatched will attempt to bring you down as well. The thing is, no miserable person wants to see a bunch of happy, cheery people around them. If this were the case, then the term misery loves company wouldn't hold true. Throughout this article, we'll aim to establish why misery loves company and how you avoid becoming the company yourself. Having a miserable friend, spouse, or coworker is bad enough, but dancing to the same miserable tune that they are is what you really want to watch out for. You can only extend so much influence over the mood of others, but you can understand, adjust, and evaluate your own mood better than anybody else. Why does misery love company? Is it out of jealousy? Is it out of resentment? Do miserable people just naturally attract one another? It's actually a combination of all three. Although which factors are weighted more heavily than others will depend on the actual individual. Keep in mind, however, that not everyone who is miserable is trying to drag you down with them. Some people who are unhappy with their current lifestyle, whether it be the workplace or their personal life, are simply looking for a way out and will often look unto others for help, not as targets for their own misgivings. So while misery loves company, does company always love misery? Certainly not. And unless you want to despise your life as much as some people do, making sure they don't grab a hold of you and drag you along for a ride is something to be aware of. The easiest way for this to happen is to take offense when somebody attempts to criticize or belittle you. It's easy to think that you did something wrong, but you have to remember it's the miserable person that's looking for an outlet here, not you. While it's easy to not care when such an attack comes from a complete stranger or somebody you barely know, quite often it's actually our closest friends or family members that launch these attacks. Of course, you have to question how good a person like that is. It's also important not to change your course of action just because a miserable somebody else doesn't agree with where you're going. More often than not, they're simply jealous or resentful that you're you and they are them. All right, shades on. I'm gonna end the reading right there, and I'm gonna give my thoughts and my opinion on it. Does misery love company? Yes, I believe so. And that's just part of, the law of attraction. Just naturally, energies attract, like energies attract. So I do believe that misery loves company. I also believe that if a person is miserable, just like the reading said, they're not always trying to bring you down. I feel like sometimes some people are just looking for a way out, and you may get caught up in that way out. So regardless of what the situation is, regardless of if it's a really miserable person that wants the company and is, literally trying to make you miserable, whether it being subconsciously or not, or whether it's a situation where the person is miserable and they're just trying to look for a way out and you happen to be that way out, both of them are still very dangerous for self. So if you're not a miserable person and you don't want to get caught up and you don't want to be a miserable person's out, you guys got to be very aware and very conscious of that. I want you guys to tell me what y'all think about it in the comment section. Also, to my subscribers, you guys let me know if you guys would be interested in a channel that has to do with this type of stuff. I mean, just real life stuff spreading all across the board. Real life questions and facts. You guys let me know what y'all think about it in the comment section. We will be back with more boxing talk. And if you're just a regular person who scrolled up on this video because you typed in this Misery Love Company, but you love boxing, or you like boxing, or you want to get to learn about boxing or get to know about boxing, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. This is your place. I'm Coach Fight, and this is Real Life Boxing. Until then, keep fighting your fight and protect yourself at all times. Peace and one love. So if you like this video and you would like to see more great content like this on the channel, go to the PayPal link or the Cash App link in the description and show your appreciation by donating any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. This is Real Life Boxing.